Action Shelf. The Action Shelf. The Action Shelf.
Welcome to The Action Shelf, the podcast that celebrates the glory of B-action movies. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Michael Listman.
Oh, Listman, we bring Monster Mayhem in for a landing this week.
A climactic finish.
Well, I mean, it did feel like all roads were leading us back to the Sci-Fi Channel, right?
It's true. Yeah, we were skirting the obvious choice here for Monster Mayhem, which is the Sci-Fi Channel.
I mean, we talked about last week that Jurassic Game sort of felt like a Sci-Fi Channel movie, but this week we didn't even know, because this was actually one that you had discovered, Listman. Because
I'll add it to my list of regrets. Okay, I regret so much.
Basically, in the interim of recording the show, you and I will just send each other posters of B action movies that we could cover, and you were the one who sent me Bermuda Tentacles, and it was like, oh, we have to cover that just because the title and the poster were something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did not know, though, anything about it really until I started it last night. And when it came up with Sci-Fi Presents, it was like, oh, here we go.
Yes, and of course, as with every episode this month, we have a guest joining us and suffering with us.
We do. We've put this poor man through so much in the times he's been on this show. Alex Shafer is back with us.
Hi, friends.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm so glad you still use the word friends to describe us after the movies we made you watch.
Well, I had to do some soul searching, and I remembered that I did this to myself, and it wasn't you that inflicted this upon me. I think our friendship can stay intact.
Okay, good.
I did choose this one.
You did, yes.
But oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God is right as a review for Bermuda Tentacles.
God had nothing to do with this film.
And yeah, like you said, it opens up with Sci-Fi Presents, and I'm like, oh, what did I do to myself?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Bermuda Tentacles from 2014. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Once again, kind of a ripoff of Battleship, that movie that I like when these knockoffs of blockbusters knock off bad blockbusters.
Battleship was basically a high budget action shelf movie.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it is an incredibly stupid film.
And this movie's similar up to the point where they got a pop star to be in the movie as like a side character.
Yes,
it's very funny.
That was because this has Maya. Does anyone remember? I couldn't name you a single song she did, but I remember she was a pop star.
Maggie mentioned that Maya was featured in a Gwen Stefani song, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that sounds timeline wise that would add up, right? Like her popularity. Okay.
Late.
Christina Aguilera.
Oh, it's Christina Aguilera. Okay,
the Moulin Rouge song. She was one of the
That's what it was.
Yes.
So,
I don't know.
I think we can just vaguely hear Maggie in the background yelling at Listman for getting that wrong. Yes. I didn't. I mean, that was like a collaboration between a bunch of. Okay, so if that's what she's famous for, once again, she doesn't really stand out, at least to me. Her acting skills are what we're here to talk about, of course. But which is, I mean, is anyone good in this thing though?
No.
Even the good actors aren't good in this.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, I've Linda Hamilton. Yay, Linda Hamilton. Oh no.
Yeah. Boy, what did she need to pay off when they made this movie, right?
She was. Did she seem intoxicated to you guys? Like,
yeah,
kind of drunk. You know, and again, no judgments coming from here. Like this movie is a total trash.
I think she knows what she's in here.
There's a constant look of sorrow in her eyes, and I think it's not the destruction that's happening in the movie and all the lives lost.
Yeah,
but the fact that she is in this movie.
Yeah, because I mean, Linda Hamilton is number one, an icon of science fiction, of course, as Sarah Connor, but also just a good actress who's been good in many a movie. She was coming off of her run on Chuck when she did this, where she played Zachary Levi's mother on that show, which was a good show, and she's between Terminator movies here.
Which two? Between which two?
Let me say, this is before her return in Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay.
Because she hadn't done Terminator 2.
because she wasn't in 3 or 4.
Right, yes. She came, and that was the big marketing push for Dark Fate, was they had her back. And I will say, that movie's okay. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not good either.
It's not the worst Terminator movie.
Oh, no. It's actually probably the best of the attempts to bring the franchise back. But that's a franchise I think the best left, alone. She is
maybe that franchise shouldn't be back.
Right? Yeah, I think that's
maybe
I think that's right. She is currently on the Alan Tudyk show Resident Alien, so she's doing good stuff now.
That's good.
That show's a lot of fun. A Sci-Fi Channel series, which were always better than the movies they made. They usually had some good shows, but yeah, sci-fi. I don't have a budget for this thing. But
that makes sense.
I do know that they never spent more than $2 million on any of these Sci-Fi Channel movies. So
it shows.
Yeah,
it definitely shows.
This might be some of the worst CG I've seen in a movie so far.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Do we have a category for worst CG?
We don't. We should for the Shelfies. Worst CG.
Let's put it on there.
Yeah, because this is horrible. The thing that got me was, because the tentacles, right, and the alien stuff is one thing, but like the green screen shot when they're getting off of the helicopters.
Yep. It's all bad.
Atrocious.
The explosions, the flames,
anything to do with fire looks like shit in this movie. Like,
I thought they periodically forget to put fire on things, so like it will cut back to the ships and they're not on fire for some reason because maybe they just ran out of budget or something. I don't know.
I mean, I thought the fire at the end of Simon Says was bad, but this was a whole new level of just
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised you couldn't see like the masking from it being overlaid, and it just terrible.
And then that further adds to the actors having to be like, fire.
Yes,
because we got to. I mean, you talk about the actors. We mentioned Linda Hamilton, but I think the real garbage fire in this thing is our leading man, Trevor Donovan. Man.
Oh, you mean Wish Chris Hemsworth?
Yes, 100. That's a perfect description of him.
I mean, yeah. So he gets introduced, and I'm like, all right. So this is Wish Chris Hemsworth, aka the rugged, handsome white guy, aka every other male Hallmark movie lead.
Yes,
he is just so generic.
Now this might be
something special.
Only people who know us will get. But when you looked at this person, did you think Reed Morris?
I think that does a disservice to Reed.
Oh, of course it does. Reed's a great actor, but
yes, no, there's a similar
blonde
look,
man.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I mean, he was a Ken doll.
Yeah, he is. He absolutely is. And it's interesting that you say Hallmark movies, because most of this guy's work is in the leads in Hallmark movies. So no surprise there. The vast majority of his career is things like Nantucket Noel, Jingle Bell Christmas, Nostalgic Christmas, Runaway Romance, Marry Me at Christmas. Jesus Christ, it never ends. So
I mean, he's a traditional himbo. It's okay.
He really is, but and himbo is perfect because absolutely nothing compelling about this guy at all.
No.
A total blank slate.
But again, I mean, I guess I haven't seen him in anything else. But if Linda Hamilton is terrible in this movie, then I'm assuming that you can't judge anybody based on the merits of this film, right? Because
no,
everyone's terrible.
That's true. That's true. But he's just his presentation is very bland. And then when you see the Hallmark movies, I get a picture of this guy, and maybe I am judging him unfairly, but whatever. That's the show. But we also have the brilliant thespian that is Jamie Kennedy in this movie.
Yes, giving a truly next level performance.
He seems a little checked out too.
Yeah.
When he's doing his science techno babble, I'm going like, is he reading this? He must be.
There were some parts where it looked like he was reading off of cue cards. Yes.
Well, just the techno jargon gobbledygook that he was just expelling from his face. Like, yeah, I would have to. You can't remember those lines.
Yeah.
Why would you put the effort in? That's time being siphoned away from you by this film.
The, whatever adrenal glands of the thing that connect to the whatever.
Tuber organism.
I mean,
blah,
he had
bioluminescence.
Yeah.
He had lines that were all just like technical words strung together that maybe had the makings of a complete sentence, but it didn't make any sense.
No. Jamie Kennedy's career is fascinating because when he first comes on the scene, he's an actor. He's in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. He's really good in the Scream movies. Like, that's certainly what made him a star. And then at a certain point, like, once he starts doing the Jamie Kennedy experiment and he's doing, like, the comedy vehicles, you're like, what happened to the guy who was kind of an interesting character actor?
No. Don't besmirch Malibu's Most Wanted.
the masterpiece comedy that is Malibu's Most Wanted. But then it's just like he's a guy who is talented, but he took his talent in a strange direction. And I think Son of the Mask was the kill shot on his career, which is a truly unwatchable film. Truly, truly horrible. Yeah, and then so he finds himself doing a lot of this kind of stuff now. He is taken over as the lead of the later Tremors movies.
Oh, good.
Like Tremors 5, 6, and 7. He's in. But the
Great.
point,
So
by the ones where people go, they're still making Tremors movies.
I mean, the fact that I've seen 4 Tremors movies and I'm still surprised that there's more of them. I think
they're up to 8. I think they're up to Tremors 8 now.
Good Lord. Is there any actors in it?
Michael Gross. Michael Gross
he's
is
still in it. Okay.
He's still the guy. But I got to mention this most recent, and it's unfortunately very timely. In 2019, Jamie Kennedy appeared in the film Roe v. Wade, which was a conservative Christian propaganda movie against abortion. And in interviews with him, people go, I didn't know you were on that side. And he goes, oh, I'm not. But when you were just asked to be in a movie, I can't say no.
You can, actually.
That was sort of thing where he goes, it's pretty rare anyone asked me to be in something without auditioning. So, of course, I took it. But you're going like, and he goes, I didn't know it was funded by the pro-life coalition or whatever. I didn't even ask.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
You didn't ask.
No, that was like, a classic.
If the devil offers you a deal, that you don't be like, well, nobody's offered me anything before. I know. Guess I'll just accept it.
That was one of the most recent things I had heard. That's the most recent news I had heard about him, was interviews like that where he goes like, hey man, I don't have to agree with the politics of the thing, but I needed the money and they were offering. And you're like, yeah, but this is pretty bad. It's one thing to be in like a faith-based movie, whatever, but this is like actively insidious
to society
thing.
I mean, it's one thing for Bruce Willis to be in, a movie that ends up being about like pros of genocide. But,
Cosmic Sin, boy.
It's slightly more subtle.
Nicolas Cage. I think of like Nicolas Cage doing Left Behind, which is like vaguely faith-based, but also kind of just an action thing too, But this is, but I just love him going like, "Hey, I need the money." Anyway,
Well,
he got some
Deep
money
sigh.
for this thing, man. And also, the second I see Jamie Kennedy as Dr. Anybody, we're not even trying to be in reality, are we?
Yeah,
I'm a
and
doctor.
John, you were oh, sure you are Jamie Kennedy. John, you reminded me that the part, or it might have been you, Alex, but the part that he's clearly aping off of is the part that in Independence Day that Brent
Yes.
Spiner played.
Yes, yeah, a great
which is very
performance.
funny.
Yes.
Oh, great performance.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
But it's very
in that
funny
one.
because as I was watching the movie, I was just like, man, he's really giving me some Brent Spiner vibes.
He
in
is
this
trying to
performance.
do this kind of manic, overly excitable science nerd character. Dr.
But when he's like
Oaken
listing
was...
off like science facts, it's very mechanical and robotic in a way, which feels very data. I don't know.
It does.
Or very reading his lines as he's doing
Well,
them.
I mean, yes, he's very clearly.
It inadvertently ends up coming off data as opposed to the calculated data performance that Brent Spiner was giving.
Yeah.
Let's talk about who's responsible for this travesty. Writer Jeff Mead. A man who, he's an actor primarily, I see.
I doubt that.
A lot of TV guest spots, and he's written a few movies. Oh boy. Listen, I think we might have to watch another film he wrote called Asteroid-ageddon. That he wrote and directed and stars in. Asteroid-ageddon. And, not cashing in on anything here with his screenplay for the film Top Gunner.
Oh, boy.
That sounds like something else, but I can't put my finger on it.
Eric Roberts stars in Top Gunner.
Oh, wow.
Man, that is so goddamn close to lawsuit, right? Like, that is...
Oh, what was their theme song? Roadway to the caution area?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I love that. This is so funny. This was meant to come out at the same time as the new Top Gun, but because of COVID, the new Top Gun is just now coming out, but this came out 2 years ago because they, they rushed to cash these things in, so that's pretty funny.
Oh, they sure do.
We were talking about Pacific Rim and its mockbuster sequels, or mockbuster remakes, Atlantic Rim. This guy wrote the second Atlantic Rim movie, which was meant to cash in on the second Pacific Rim Uprising. He wrote Atlantic Rim Resurrection.
Oh boy.
So he writes a lot of these, is what I'm saying.
This guy's in some legit stuff, though, which is interesting.
He's guest starred on a lot of TV shows, and a lot of good TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, he plays like field communications officer in the Day the Earth Stood Still remake and stuff like that. He plays a character in Fast Five. So he's like a working, day player actor, right? Which is totally fine. Meanwhile, he's writing shit. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy wrote Operation Dunkirk in 2017. Not to be confused with Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, right? Or to be confused with that. And then director Nick Lyon. Let's see, where was he got? He's directed other movies including, I mentioned Asteroid-ageddon. This guy directed Stormageddon, a different movie.
Oh, great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, Listman, I think we might have watched Titanic 666.
Very nice. I see he also directed Bermuda Triangle North Sea. So
good God,
can't get too far away from the Bermuda
He really
Triangle,
can't.
right?
That's like the guy we did last week. Remember with the Jurassic Games who just keeps making dinosaur movies?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He did direct Operation Dunkirk. Earth Catastrophe? Boy, I can't even read that title. Earth Catastrophe. He made.
I think it's Earth Catastrophe.
Oh, Earth Catastrophe. You're right. Yeah. It doesn't flow either way. Earth Catastrophe. So that's the level of who's making this movie. Just to give you a sense of of the people behind the camera on this thing. Yeah. I gotta say, Listman, you said you took maybe the fewest number of notes for anything. I took very few notes on it as well because the movie's so goddamn repetitive that a lot of my notes ended up just being like, the tentacles are back. Everybody's shooting at them again.
They're in their submarine, and they're giving it all it's got again for the third time in a row.
So much bad submarine piloting acting with a lot of like, hold on to something.
Yeah.
There were some great constipated looking faces though.
There were.
Anytime they're piloting that submarine in a high action scenario, they all looked like they just were in the most discomfort in their nether regions possible.
Might have been the best acting they've given, honestly. But that was just from the food poisoning that the catering department.
Craft services that did them dirty, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That was that was something. Let's start with. I did not expect this movie to begin with the way it is, which is aboard Air Force One in the middle of a storm. You would think Air Force One, which is like one of the most secure and advanced planes in the world, would be able to navigate a storm better than this.
You'd think.
Because you would.
This isn't even has anything to do with the tentacles. I don't think this is just. Okay, wait.
I think it does.
Ooh,
in what happened in like the later third of the I don't. Time is a odd thing with this movie because it always feels like it just started and can also be just ending.
Exactly.
But with all of the electrical powers of the said tentacles, I feel like that storm might have something to do with it.
Okay,
and
that
it's
could
just
be.
in maybe a somehow better movie. There's not much for anybody to work with this thing.
True.
Yeah, what's the better draft of this script? Yeah, I don't know.
But I do feel like the electrical storm is part of the whole Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
Gambit.
It easily could be because the movie is so low on details.
Yeah.
That absolutely.
Maggie's early theory was that the president had a psychic connection with the tentacle monster.
Oh, well, that would be going
at the beginning of the movie.
That's true, and that would actually be
such a throwaway detail.
Right.
But I was going to say that would be
here's some Advil, sir.
Yeah, that would be more. That would take it more in line with Independence Day, if you remember, because they do mentally take over the president's head in that movie.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, maybe so. Can we talk about this? This is one of the worst presidents I've ever seen in a movie. This guy's so disheveled, and he never seems presidential. His hair is way too long. No president would look like this.
Well, John,
I like my hair long. It reminds me of my blue collar days.
Are you saying that a weird, long-haired, misshapen man as president is?
Well.
You saying that's not possible?
Maybe not in 2014. It didn't seem like it.
Well, yeah.
And this is John Savage. Okay, this guy was a very well respected actor, like in the 70s. He's in the fucking Deer Hunter. He's in the original Hair. Like this guy goes way back and is a well respected character actor. Well, he's not bothering to do anything in this movie.
Nope. I mean, he's mumbling most of his lines.
Yeah, it is just like
it was hard to understand what he was saying.
Let's just get through this thing, man. I gotta get out of
here.
Like everyone's attitude in this movie is clearly just like, I'm gonna say these words, but we're not gonna put a lot into it. Let's just finish up shooting this whole thing, man. Oh, good God.
And if I'm not mistaken, this movie came out in 2014, which is a year after the first Sharknado movie came out.
Yes.
Which I think was a big turning point for Sci-Fi Original.
I think it was. I was happy to see that this movie is very sincere, though.
Yes.
Which was nice.
That's what I was worried about when it first started. Is like, oh no, are they going to try and... I think this was before, like, they really went all in on the Sharknado style.
Even the first Sharknado is not as goofy as the later ones, which is crazy to say. I love the idea that the first Sharknado was fairly grounded, actually. No, but it was attempting to be a movie as opposed to just a collection of memes as the other ones were.
Yes.
So yes. I do think I was glad to see that this was in line with what I remembered Sci-Fi Channel movies being like.
Yeah.
Like everybody
exactly.
is playing it straight,
Yes.
Not well, but so they eject him out of the presidential pod of Air Force One, which does not exist. It's a thing from the movie Air Force One, which I love that they're taking as fact in this thing.
I mean, who's gonna do the research, John? This
they
movie
all
only
saw
cost $2 million.
Yeah, Air Force One has that pod. Remember, we saw it in that Harrison Ford movie.
Yeah, with that documentary movie, Air Force One.
Yeah, but I remember when that movie came out, they were like, well, Air Force One doesn't really have that, but it's kind of a good, plot thing in a movie.
Sure.
So I love that they think it's safe. What, the plane's going to go down, I guess? So they're like, just eject the president into the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, he'll be safe.
In a pod that isn't designed to float.
What is that? That's because that is
my biggest problem with this entire movie.
Yeah, no,
the pod isn't designed to float.
When they
now, my question is the design not, or is the pod not designed to float, or do the tentacles bring it down to the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. I mean,
because I also had this.
The movie gives no answer. So you've made it make sense, but the movie does nothing to make it make sense. Because I agree, Alex, when they said, oh, it's 7,000 meters down or whatever, I went, wait, what? Why would it sink?
It's a death trap.
When they're about to launch the president, one of the guys is briefing them on oh, it's got these oxygen rebreathers, and here's your pistol with 100 rounds, and oh, by the way, this thing has a crush rating of 2,000 feet underwater.
Yeah.
He's giving him all the technical specs to try and make this believable. Also, why the hell did they give him a gun?
I know. I just love
Great
that.
Question.
In case he runs into pirates or something, he's ready to fight.
Underwater.
Yeah,
underwater pirates.
They do.
Sure.
They've essentially just put him in a big metal ball that will sink as soon as it hits the water. Great.
I guess that makes sense, because otherwise, why would it need to withstand
a crush depth?
Deep sea pressure?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't they just make it float?
Yeah, I don't
Great
know.
question.
That's insane.
I don't know.
Which then also makes it harder for the Navy to track, which I also like that the response is, we need to send out ships, not... Well, I guess because it has sunk. Because if it was floating, you would send out aircrafts and just spot him, right?
Right.
But here they have to send out a couple battleships to the Bermuda Triangle, I guess. We do get... Yeah, we mentioned before this heroic shot of these guys... Did we ever get who these guys are? Are they? I mean, they seem like they're SEALs to me.
I assume they're SEALs because it's the Navy, but it's never specifically stated.
Although, as pointed out in the IMDb, and it did blip wrong to me as well, throughout the whole movie, they're referring to all the people on the ship as soldiers, which the Navy would call them sailors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, that's just a perfect example of an easy Google. And they just don't give a fuck. That's indicative of the whole movie to me, is calling them soldiers. Is they're just going who cares?
Who gives a fuck? Yeah.
So Linda Hamilton is in command. She's an admiral in command of the USS Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting name for an American battleship. It's a very sinister name.
Well,
She's in command, and she's got tension with who's our main character? Sergeant Oliver, or whatever his name is.
Chief Oliver.
Chief Trip Oliver. His name is Trip, apparently. Oh, God.
What a stupid name.
Yeah, because there was an incident years ago where, boy, when they reveal what the incident is, I'm like, oh, so this guy's a fucking moron.
Yes. This is so frustrating because... it sets up this tension between Linda Hamilton and this character, and he's like, if she didn't, get cold feet, my friend would have still been alive. It's like, no, if you didn't ignore her commands, your friends would still be alive. And then the movie full on, like, it calls them out at first, but then they're like, no, you were right. Like, they're vindicating this white man who is just doing whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I mean?
Because when he tells the story, he goes, well, we were going into this mission and she ordered us to pull back, but I said, there's no time, we have to go in. Turns out it was a trap and I got my entire team killed.
Thanks, Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, and then he's
idiot.
And what I love is Maya's character goes, well, it sounds like she made the right call and it's your fault. And he just goes, no, you don't understand. And then walks away.
Yeah.
By the way, the ultimate, like, shitty, toxic white guy response is, no, you just don't get it, lady.
You don't get it because you have ovaries.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
they're blocking, whatever.
But this is one of those things where I'm like, it's a screenplay. How did anyone write this, think that was going to get us on the side of this guy? Like, it's just like, what a piece of shit. The screenplay doesn't even bother to have him defend himself. He just goes, you don't get it, and walk away. Like,
yeah, and then later Maya's like, you were right.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Was he?
He actually wasn't.
100% no. It sounds like she made exactly the right call. And then at the end of the movie, she makes the same call. He listens to her. And it kind of works out, except a beach full of people gets obliterated.
I mean, it's like 10 people. So.
I know.
I mean, they say it's 20,000, but it
20,000.
was 10.
Yeah, 20,000 on that beach where we saw, 10 to 15 people.
And they do, like what we see a large oil tanker or something get exploded, and then the beachgoers, and then presumably the whole, I think it was a cape, they said.
Yeah, but they didn't have the money to show that. Yeah.
No scene of like the destruction or even just like a big smoking crater.
Just 15 people on a Florida beach being
God
killed,
damn it.
So
they're ordered to get to the president's pod. And you gotta love a Sci-Fi Channel movie because within the first 5 minutes, tentacles are popping out of the water here.
Oh yeah. First 5 to 10 minutes. This movie, if you're wondering if they're gonna allocate any amount of the screen time to character development or like relationships, don't even worry about that. They know what they're making. Tentacles are popping up within 5 to 10
Here
minutes.
come the tentacles, and then as happens throughout the whole movie, whenever tentacles pop up, everybody just grabs a gun and opens up on these things.
Yep.
Now, Lisman, we've talked about sort of this debate that's going on in Hollywood right now in terms of using real guns firing blanks or fake guns using digital. Boy, this movie makes me go, I think we need the blanks, man, because holy shit, the bad fake gun acting in this thing is, it's atrocious.
I mean, but the alternative is that somebody dies on this movie.
Oh God,
this piece of shit.
I gave my life for Bermuda Tentacles.
Right. Oh. Yeah, that's the alternative.
Oh.
So, I mean,
no, it's also what I expect out of this. But just these guys with the. By the way, I don't think I see anyone reload at any point.
Nope.
They have unlimited ammo. Everybody. I do like. When you see all these guys with their various weapons and one guy's shooting a sniper rifle at the thing, that really made me laugh.
Right. No scope.
And also, I don't know anything about the military, much less our Navy specifically, but I don't know if all of these guys are just walking around on board.
I don't think so.
Armed.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No,
because sea combat, rarely do small arms come into it, you know? Like, it would be more like ready the big guns on the ship and stuff, you know? Rather than, I'm going to go. One guy is, and then out of nowhere, a guy just has a fucking rocket launcher. And he gives us the only thing approaching a one-liner, and it's so lame when he just goes, for no reason, suck on this. But they weren't sucking on anything. Like, it didn't make any sense. I don't know. Well, we do get the first of many, many tentacle impalings.
Oh, so many.
Oh, just straight out of Mortal Kombat with Scorpion, just right through the chest, shocked look on the face,
blood pours
blood
out
dribbling out of the mouth.
It's the
maybe a slow pan down to the head of the tentacle, just like protruding from their torso.
That is what I love. Is it is the same? Everyone gets the same death. They all get exactly the same thing. It impales. Blood comes out of their mouth. They fall over dead. Everybody who gets hit by the tentacles. There's no variation.
So this is my question.
Yeah.
What are the tentacles specifically?
Oh.
Are the the titular tentacles, are they the big things that come out with the mouths? Or are they the tentacles that are around the mouths of the tentacles? Because the tentacles have tentacles in this movie.
Well, here's the
I think the stabby tentacles are the ones coming out of the ends of the giant protruding. I don't know. You never get a real good close up of like the actual things.
The thing that got me once the tentacles were coming out is I'm going, well, tentacles are something possessed by another creature, right? There's something has
or an appendage.
Yeah, tentacles. Yeah. Yet for the vast majority of the movie, it seems like the tentacles are individual living things. In fact, at one point, Jamie Kennedy calls them worms.
Yes.
Yeah, he says they're like flat. He's like, oh, they're flatworms, but I've never seen one like this. Well, yeah, obviously they're fucking huge and they're like electrical.
Yeah.
But later it does describe them as coming from this mothership.
Yeah, like a spaceship.
Like they're all connected.
It's still
you don't see them coming out of the mothership, but we're led to believe they're attached to the mothership.
Right, but it's this idea. So the ship has tentacles, but they're also organic?
Great question. Yeah. And who's piloting the ship? Is it the tentacles that are piloting the ship?
Yeah, we never get a look at aliens.
We never find out.
Yeah.
No, there's
at most we see that like floating orb, right?
Yes.
While they're inside the ship.
Yeah.
That's never explained.
No.
None of it is. Nothing is explained.
No,
it's so frustrating.
The movie has no interest in actually getting into the aliens that are invading in this alien invasion movie. At all.
Because that'd be more budget. You'd need like costuming and more CGI.
Just keep animating tentacles, guys. And I
just
could
the same model.
The thing that was great is they'd occasionally get one of the tentacles, but it never seemed to really I never had an idea of how many tentacles there were. So when they would kill one, it never seemed to matter really because there were always basically the same amount of tentacles about.
Yeah.
Well, and they talk about like, oh, when we destroy or injure one, like it falls back and the others take its place, which is like a really convenient like.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just always there up in the action
and then
sort of deal.
Then eventually we get into the whole thing about the tentacles have to recharge. Because that's the time. It's like that's when we can strike is between attacks while they're, I don't know. And how vulnerable...
that does explain why they attack and then go away and then come back to attack, yeah.
Well, and the thing... I was watching it last night going, why don't they just move the ships?
Great. Why don't they?
At no point does anyone go, maybe we should move the battleships. Especially once the submarine goes down, though. They could go away and then come back or something like that.
They could.
Because the submarine at a certain point, because we got to get into this experimental submarine that's aboard this ship.
Conveniently.
Just happens to be that there's an experimental submarine. And boy, our brash, boring white guy hero goes, damn the orders, we're taking this thing out.
Which the plan from the Admiral was already to take this experimental submarine down.
But the submarine doesn't have any armaments, so they were supposed to wait for the armed submarines to come as an escort.
Correct.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
But the arms,
then
they get destroyed because they're being flown in by helicopter, which is insane.
Which is absolutely insane because they're submarines and you're in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
Just submarine them over the.
I know.
Pilot them over there.
I love the idea that they're like, we're gonna pack up these subs, carry them by helicopter, and drop them to your position. I don't think that's a thing that ever happens. I
no. Oh, this does remind me of my favorite CG moment, which is the fighter jets like weaving in between the tentacles in a way that no plane has ever flown before. That's really fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta love the cut. I also like when they call in the jets and we just cut to clearly stock footage they bought from the Air Force or whatever of planes
there's a lot
taking
of stock
off.
footage in this movie.
There's a lot of just like, oh, here's obviously shot by the military footage of real planes taking off. And then it cuts to the terrible CGI of said jets as they go about. But yeah, so he takes the thing out without armed escort because, as we established, the movie needs a ticking clock. The president has only 4 hours of air left.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like an hour by the time they finally got in the sub.
That might be the case. When they first land, they say 4 hours, but then it's like...
Yeah.
And he's below crush depth, so he might already be dead. Whatever. And then this whole submarine...
I know he's the president of the United States, but, like, is he that important? Like, come on. Like, he's just a guy, right?
Well,
I mean with everything else going on, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like alien invasion would take precedence over saving the president, maybe. Or also, as we said, maybe create a thing that doesn't put the president in as dangerous a situation as this. Like, it seems on them that this pod is so poorly designed.
Yes.
So, yeah, the whole submarine trip where they're getting grabbed by the tentacles and they figure out... There's this line where it talks about they're drawn to the power of the submarine, so they have to power it down. That doesn't really come back into play too much, though.
No, because they turn off the power, but the propeller is still running.
Well, because then they're using
still lights on.
They're being carried by the Gulf Stream, then, which is insane.
So how do they navigate to the exact location? Great question.
And then I do love when they're being pulled by the Gulf Stream. Some of the guys on board are going, "Woo!"
Oh, yeah.
Because that's, folks, that's our proud sailors in the Navy.
Soldiers.
Yeah, sorry.
Soldiers in the Navy.
The soldiers of the U.S. Navy. Those Army guys on board the ships. Yeah. Jesus Christ. And poor Maya, who I can't judge anyone's acting based on this movie, but she has, similar to Jamie Kennedy, she has all the submarine technobabble.
It's why is both she and Jamie Kennedy's character in this movie?
Yeah.
Shouldn't there just be one person who gives off technobabble exposition?
Well, he's the biologist guy, which I don't fully understand why. Did they ever explain why he's on board the ship to begin with? Like,
no.
Why did they have a marine biologist? Yeah. They didn't know there were tentacle monsters out there.
And also, what did his character add to the movie that her character couldn't have added?
He does nothing.
He was kind of the alleyway into like figuring out what this thing was.
Right.
And she was really there for the experimental submarine and like explaining away all the stuff that it does.
But I'm not sure his info actually accomplishes anything. Like, he's there to give the audience stuff about the biology of it, but they never use his biology information to defeat the things. They end up just, spoilers, they end up just blowing the things up.
And he's the one that figures out the 2-minute interval.
Yes.
Through his experiment where he just like shocks the thing with some electrodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love that once again, getting back to how much this movie's like Independence Day, we do the autopsy on the tentacle, and that's where he's figuring out, oh wait, it needs to recharge every 2 minutes or whatever in order to which just creates such a dumb structure for the movie where it's like the tentacles attack, they shoot at them, then the tentacles go away, then they come back and there's more shooting at the God, it's just I also was thinking like how far out those things were. Like the guys who just have like their 9mm handguns, are they doing anything? Are the bullets even reaching these things?
No.
Well, at one point they shoot the big freaking cannons on the ship at it, and the artillery shells had no effect.
Yeah, right. But
so why are you out on board with your 9? Exactly. What is your 9mm pistol, or even your your M16 gonna do to this thing at all? Like,
no, like really, yeah. Get that guy with the missile launcher. He seems to be the only one who's got any chance of doing. And even that, once the ship cannons don't work, is there anything that can do it? But what I love later is one of the tentacles gets on the ship and when it's attacking Jamie Kennedy, and a guy just takes a knife and slices the thing.
It was a fire axe.
Oh, it was a fire axe, yeah. But still,
yes.
Just a normal blade cuts through this thing that's resisting military shells.
Well, to be fair, that's the tentacle of the tentacle. It's not the main tentacle. It's the mouth tentacle of the bigger tentacle.
Oh, man. Yeah, all right, Listman. Go ahead and save these screenwriters.
Also, tentacle. I'm just going to say
tentacle.
Tentacle.
Well, there is something, I think that was one of the reasons we picked this movie is just, obviously the wordplay of Bermuda Tentacles, but just the idea that, is a tentacle scary in and of itself?
I mean, going into this with zero research or anything, I loved the wordplay of the title, and that's what instantly drew me to it.
Of course.
And then I also I find squids and octopus super fascinating.
Yes.
So I was hoping this was going to be some deep sea kraken sort of
something Lovecraftian.
That is what I thought.
Yeah, something Lovecraftian. Yes.
You hear the title, you see the poster, which is this battleship being grabbed by these colorful tentacles. I agree. I thought, it's the Navy versus a sea monster movie. I'm on board for this.
Yes.
I was never
That's what I was hoping for.
I was never expecting underwater alien ship. That was not
the laziest option.
Rescue the president.
No, yeah.
Plot. It was
simplify the whole thing. The Navy's just out doing their general missions or whatever, and they run into a fucking kraken and they have to kill the thing. I'd watch
That's
that
all
movie.
You need.
Yeah,
That's
classic.
all you need.
We see this a lot on here, Listman. Movies that just overcomplicate themselves like this.
Yeah,
where you're just I don't know what.
Just make it simple.
All we want is a boat getting attacked by a sea monster. It's pretty simple, guys. Instead, we've got all this mumbo jumbo and experiment. And by the way, the experimental sub. We get no real sense of it, so it's not cool. I don't even really know what it looks like.
We see it, and it's really unimpressive, and
it just looks like a big torpedo.
Yeah.
And we never really get what's the experiment? What is?
Yeah.
What makes it special?
Yeah, they never activate the cool gadgets on it that make it. Yeah, that's a fair point. It just seems to be like any other submarine, basically.
Yes.
It's not. Yeah, it's small, but there are small submarines. I don't know. It just looks like a rescue sub, really. And yet, they're just going. It's experiment. Yeah. Where it cloaked? Where it ran silent? Where it does something? I don't know. Where did they activate the EMP or something? Anything.
Well, that would have been bad because that would have attracted the tentacles, John.
Yes, that's true. But it does seem for this movie to be Bermuda Tentacles, shouldn't it have some advantage over the tentacles to be interesting in a movie?
I thought that I kind of found the fact that it had zero advantage in the situation at all did add some suspense and stakes to it, I guess.
I guess so, but I was waiting for where it had an advantage in rescuing the president even. It just seems like, what does it matter? It could have just been anything.
What's the advantage that you could just put it in neutral and coast? Is that the advantage?
I guess. Is that cool and experimental, though, from a film standpoint? It's just this thing will just float around even if we don't do anything.
You got to hit the cruise control button. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, the great thing about this experimental sub is we can kind of just sit back and let it go, Thrilling.
But also still somehow steer.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, then once they get the president and they're trying to escape, then it's nothing but steering.
Among other things. Oh, my gosh.
It's
the whole thing with the president. The president was the absolute MacGuffin of this movie.
Yes. Well, because let's get to, they end up in what they think is a cavern, but really they're inside the spaceship that's underwater.
Well, they go through an illuminated tunnel.
Yes.
And then at one point they show this giant biomechanical sphincter that they've gone through that just I could not stop laughing.
This movie is full of sphincter equivalent looking things.
Absolutely,
which is very funny.
Chock full of sphincters is the poll quote they'll use from us.
Chock full.
Sphincters and tentacles. You would think this would have come from Japan.
I know, it does have that kind of, it's all there, man. So then they end up inside the ship, which has all these crashed airplanes and stuff in it, going like, oh my God, this is what happened to everything. I guess this is where Amelia Earhart ended up and stuff, right? And
I could have sworn they were going to show Amelia Earhart's airplane.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you? Like, that's one of the most notable examples of somebody dying.
Pretty much all the planes we see are like commercial 747s, which don't go missing that often. And when they do, it's a big deal. But this makes it seem like it's happening every week.
And there's like a couple warships and like an old...
like the galleon.
Yeah, that 1918 galleon that was transporting coal.
Yeah. By the way, wouldn't a cool thing to have been that the submarine is broken and they have to like jerry rig one of these old ships or something? There's a more interesting movie.
Yeah.
They also explain that all of these ships are being brought in because it's siphoning the power out of them, right? Yes.
That goes back to the power thing once again, which is just not...
So why is there a galleon in there?
Because it was transporting coal, Listman, and that is a source of power.
Yeah, it took the coal.
Okay.
Is there... I think that's their terrible logic. I don't actually think...
No.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
No. Also, 1918 is post World War I. Why is there a sailboat like down here? Like, I don't understand the timing of. Why is it 1918? We had technology beyond sailing at that point.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. It's like I said, this is a movie where they clearly just threw a bunch of stuff in the script. They did nothing to try to fact check any of this. I mean, it's a movie about Bermuda Tentacles, but still some sort of grounding in something resembling reality.
Some kind of internal logic, just anything.
Because once again, it's all just tossed off. Oh, I guess they wanted the power of these things. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? It doesn't really matter. Oh, also, we got to talk about these awful... like underwater suits that they're wearing with their helmets.
Oh my God. They were supposed to be airtight and you can very clearly see their necks. Yeah. Like it's just exposed.
Yeah.
And they didn't even try to hide it.
They're really like loose and floppy and like they don't fit them. And the other thing is the visors kept fogging up on them so you can't see the actors. Yes.
So you weren't sure who was on screen at any given time.
Exactly.
And nothing makes their lines more compelling than having them also go through like a comm radio filter also, right? That was really good for like the audio quality of the movie.
When they find the president and they immediately put like a big mask on it, like a Bane mask on him, I'm just going, literally, we can't hear what anyone is saying now. It's all muffled through a mask or over a comm, and that's for multiple scenes now. And you're just going like, oh my God. There are just levels of incompetence in that where you go like, you know what you needed to do? A very simple thing, and like Star Trek does this all the time, is have them get out with their helmets on, have somebody run some kind of scan and go, the air in here is breathable. Pop the helmets off.
Yeah.
That's a standard sci-fi thing to get people out of helmets so you can see their faces.
One line.
Yeah.
It takes one line to fix that.
And it's very easy.
But they spent all that money on those terrible helmets, John. They have to get their money's worth.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could probably cobble together that costume right now with some stuff from a Home Depot. Like, they're so... I immediately started laughing when they came out of this sub in these outfits. I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, no. It's really... And once again, as an... Listen, just put yourself in the position as an actor in this, and this is the costume they give you. And you're spending days shooting these scenes in these outfits just going... What am I doing?
Just wearing rubber smocks or whatever.
Yeah, and yet again, so they all come out with their weapons, And there's the guy with the sniper rifle going around corners with his distanced rifle. And you're like, what are you doing, dummy?
I also like the Navy SEAL, quote unquote, who is clearly in his upper 50s.
Yes.
That was an interesting choice.
Yeah, that guy's on a deployment team. They're putting that guy out in the field. Best of the best right there. The out-of-shape, middle-aged dude. How you doing? I'm in the Navy SEALs there. Yep. Hold on. I'm willing to do any mission as long as I don't have to run. Yeah, it is. Oh my God, yeah. This is not a crack team. Also,
no.
In talking about how none of these guys matter. They barely get any lines. Any other team member that's not our main guy. And they'll all disappear pretty much by the end of the movie. Because it will just be this guy who saves the world.
Yeah, I think once they rescue the president, it's only our main guy who I can't. What was his name? Trip
Oliver. Trip Oliver.
The president and then the submarine pilot were the only three that make it out of this. Out of like a team of Maya did come down, didn't she?
Yes,
yes,
and her.
Yeah, she's in there.
And then the other 6 all.
Well, let's talk about how some of the
one way or another.
2 separate members of the SEAL team die by getting too close to puddles.
John, I was yelling out like one person dies in a puddle.
Yeah.
Like you're making laughing.
Which was stupid. Right, like that's dumb.
It's stupid, and everybody. The best is the shot of everybody like doing that. You know, like when you're at work and like there's a spill and a bunch of people are standing around going, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
but like nobody's actually doing anything. So that's what they're doing. But like one of their friends is dying.
Yes,
you can see them just going, "Oh, what are you gonna do?"
Yeah,
And then it happens again because nobody learned that you don't step near the puddle.
When the second person put their foot down at the edge of the puddle, I went, "No, they're not gonna. This movie wouldn't do it.
They're gonna do it again, aren't they?
No,
they did it again. Oh, good job. Bravo.
And at that point, I'm going like, this is not even a thing to get sad about because that person's an idiot. Like they wanted to die, obviously.
And then everybody was like, "What happened to her?"
You literally just saw that other guy get pulled in. It just happened. Yeah, these aren't even separated. They happen back to back in the movie.
Yes.
Yes. I couldn't. That's one of the stupidest things we've seen in any of these movies, Listman.
Yes.
By far, that's one of the dumbest things in any action show. I couldn't. Even as bad as this movie is, that's a new level of stupidity from a writing standpoint.
Yeah, next level stupidity for sure.
So then we get this orb thing we mentioned out of nowhere, and I'm going, wait, what's this? No answer. We never do get an answer. So I guess it's some kind of drone or something.
It just seems to be floating around, checking the place out. And I guess maybe the tentacles like alerted it, so it's got to like come.
Maybe around. But what I like is it does nothing but look around. And then one of them goes, "I'm gonna throw a fucking grenade at
it," and just smokes it. Like, perfect throw.
Yeah, He holds that grenade long enough. He cooks it perfectly, so it immediately explodes upon impact with this thing.
It does kill one person, though. I believe.
And I think that's my death of the movie here.
I think so too. Yeah,
is the guy who gets hit with the electricity force? Or
he gets like force lightning up into the air and then just poof into this red mist.
Yeah. Well, because I could when the electricity bolts come out of it, I'm going like, oh, it's gonna fry him. Then when it lifted him up, I went, okay. I guess that's what we're lassoing him with electricity. Yeah.
And this is kill of the movie only because every other kill of the movie is being impaled by a tentacle.
Basically, yeah. There's another guy who gets
about
hit with
30 seconds. The dude gets crushed by a Navy warship.
Well,
that's good too. That's good too.
Yeah.
I think another guy gets hit by lightning in here, or the ship gets grabbed by the lightning, maybe, or something. There's more force lightning in here that comes out of the side of the ship.
Sure.
I don't know. It's all incredibly dumb. But the point I wanted to make is they basically start this fight.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely.
Like they don't even know what this thing is. Obviously, it's some sort of sentry or whatever. But they're just like, fuck it, kill it. Idiots. Everyone's so dumb in this movie. So then they got to book it out of there with the president who, he does have his gun, so he's blasting away. They're all shooting at everything as they run out of here. And they get back in their submarine. And I do like this whole thing where they go, wait a minute, it doesn't work. We can't get it started. Oh, wait, now we got it started. They don't do anything. Right? They basically just like, no, hang on, try it again. Oh, it worked this time.
Oh, nice.
And this is where you get so much constipated submarine piloting.
There's 3 sequential scenes that are the exact same thing, which is just piloting through something or avoiding tentacles or escaping a sphincter. Like it's shot the exact same way. It's literally 15 minutes of them doing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
And at the end of every one, the president comes and thanks them for their service and or sacrifice.
Oh my God. When he's just walking from person to person saying that, I just
putting his hand on their shoulder.
Yeah, I'm just going. Well done. This isn't a movie. You don't do this in a film. Like that's just not.
And at one point the whole thing starts to take off, right? And like the actual ship is coming after him.
Yeah, which for a second when it's all lit up and like in the star shape, I'm going. It's Star the Conqueror from DC Comics.
I had the exact same thought.
I'm going like Warner Brothers is going to sue these guys. They're like, hold on, we have the evil multicolored starfish. That's our thing. No, yeah, it 100% seemed like. And I was here for it when I thought the ship was going to be like an organic starfish creature, even if, once again, that's legally actionable because, once again, giant alien starfish, copyright DC Comics. But still, yeah, when it's pursuing them up out of the water... but no,
and they have to reroute the power to like boost the engines, right?
Yeah,
and the president just goes, "I know how to handle the wires."
Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I went, "Why?"
It's so hard. How?
John, it's from his blue collar days.
Well,
when he was an electrician.
No. Later he mentions he's a Marine, but I'm going,
yes,
that's not a Navy submarine technician.
And there's an experimental submarine, so how the fuck would he know anything about the wires?
That's true. Even if he had run like an old nuclear sub back in the day, it still wouldn't apply to this. But still, he goes, ever since I spent those years as a Marine. They try to give him the Independence Day moment there later when he refuses to leave the ship and says, I'm a Marine, damn it.
His great speech about, his oaths to protect from threats foreign and domestic. And these aliens are very foreign.
Yeah, and these aliens are very... Yeah, but once again, that they want to take it to Bill Pullman getting in a jet at the end of Independence Day. But It's not as cool, because he doesn't actually do anything.
Nope.
Bill Pullman does blow up some aliens in his plane, That's cool.
I also like that in this sequence, somebody does say the line, I'm giving her all she's got.
Yes.
Captain.
Yeah. Well, because
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
The second you have
give it all she's got. We're going 30 knots.
Yeah. The second you have the crew going, struggling and being jostled around, going, we're gonna reroute power. I'm going like, okay, yeah, we're doing the Star Trek thing, then, aren't we? And then literally, I'm giving her all she's got. Which, how can you say that not in a Scottish accent, right? It's just, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. It's just there. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to use that line. You just can't.
It's one of those lines.
Yeah. Or at least do it like Crimson Tide, where Denzel actually name checks Scotty in a in a reference in the submarine movie. It's like, I need you to be my Scotty. Here, no, these guys are just, oh God. And of course, you just don't care about a single character. Meanwhile, Linda Hamilton's back on the boat, and they're still shooting at these fucking things, and keep shooting for some reason. Also, get everybody inside. Like, can this thing penetrate the hull of the ship? That's never dealt with.
Because the tentacles never like drag a ship below water, which is what I thought.
So it just seems like all it's doing is impaling individual people. Get everybody off the deck of the ship would be my thing, instead of standing out there just standing there shooting at this thing. The only time it does anything is when it comes into the ship after Jamie Kennedy. But still, it came in through a door. It didn't like blow through the side of the ship.
No.
Yeah, apparently these tentacles are like infinitely long also.
Yes. Yeah, they can be as long as they need to be depending on what they want to do. So
and somehow have some sort of sensory organs that they can navigate the winding, because you see Jamie Kennedy make multiple turns and stuff through this battleship.
This thing's going around corners and
Yeah.
And even these little tentacles also have mouths.
Yeah.
Because they're hissing.
Yes.
Yeah. So they hiss apparently. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's God.
I don't know. So the alien ship, they get out of the water, and then this alien ship rises out of the water, and now we're fully in Independence Day when this thing activates its giant laser beam on the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
charging up its dang old Kamehameha there.
And they do the exact same thing from Independence Day, where the president goes, "All right, we gotta nuke it."
Yep.
And they're sending these helicopters in with missiles, and of course the thing has a force field once again, just like Independence Day. I mean,
So okay, question.
Yeah.
So he suggests nuking it, and they're like, "We're too close to land," and all of a sudden they are close, but they weren't close to land.
No, they were out in the middle of the sea, and then I like when we cut to the shot from the beach, and the battleship is like right there, like it already would have run aground, but where it is, it already would have hit ground, right? Like it's so close to the shore.
Yeah.
Out of that really got me when all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, this is all playing out like right in front of a public beach.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't want to defend this movie because it doesn't deserve it, but they do talk about how it's like it rises out of the water and then starts moving inland.
Oh,
like it blasts two warships and then it starts moving inland.
What we don't see is the ship is the battleship move though. I think they say it, but what we don't get any sense ever of the ships moving. We get the sense that the alien ship move, but there's no like put in a pursuit course or something, you know. It's just like all of a sudden we're just at this beach, and I like
and everyone seems.
Go ahead.
Sorry to kind of retread a little bit, or back up a little bit. Everyone is super on board almost instantly that this thing is extraterrestrial.
Yes.
Once
the president and everybody comes back from the experimental sub, they're just like, we saw it down there. It's aliens. Everybody's like, got it. Aliens. Great. Let's go after them. There is no time spent going aliens. How can that be? Or there's no Jamie Kennedy thing. We're going like, well, based on my calculations. No, it's all just like we saw aliens. They went aliens. Let's fuck them up. Yeah. Everybody instantly believes everybody in this thing, and now we got to go after this thing.
Sure.
And so he goes, wait a minute. I have a better plan. We should fly a bomb into the thing and blow it up from the inside.
Cause an implosion.
An
implosion, yes.
I don't know if that's what would happen.
Well, if you recall, this
didn't seem like it.
This is the same plan to some extent as the end of Independence Day.
Very much so.
If you fly they fly one of their spaceships back to the mothership and launch a missile into it from the inside. That's that movie. Good.
But you have to shout "I'm back" while doing it. You just have to.
That's actually a different thing, but that happens too. I'm talking about when Jeff Goldblum and but yeah.
Oh yes, I was thinking the ship. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good, man. That's there too.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Hello, boys.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm back. Yeah. Great moment, man. Great movie. Independence Day is a great movie. Come on.
you think movies like this cause Roland Emmerich to gain like years of life? You know?
Yeah. Well, because it is. I mean, that is the thing. Like, I'm sure Moonfall. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's a giant piece of shit. But it's probably. It has to be infinitely better than this. You know, like.
Well, I mean, you know.
Just
it's the low bar,
right? Exactly. That's the thing, though, where he's like, "Well, I am still making the upper tier of this crap." But I do think it's interesting. Even he couldn't repeat the Independence Day success when he made that horrible sequel. So it is kind of like that movie was sort of a lightning in a bottle kind of thing, right? Where it's just like that thing just worked, and trying to replicate it is impossible. So he gets on a hell. The plan, by the way, they never do. Do they ever explain how they get through the force field? Because that's a whole thing in Independence Day, where Jeff Goldblum uploads a computer virus which lowers the shields.
No, they didn't bother. I'm sure they're just like, I mean, they've seen Independence Day. You know, we'll just assume that's what happened.
Because when he said we're going to fire detonate a bomb inside of it, I did not expect that. Meaning he's going to get in a helicopter with a missile launcher.
Oh, I totally did. I didn't expect the missile launcher. I was figuring it was more like a suicide mission, no return. I'm gonna take something in there and blow this thing up from the inside.
Yeah, but no, when he's just sitting in there with his rocket launcher and he's like, "All right, let's go," and they fly this helicopter into the thing, but they hang on. They have to wait. Oh, maybe this is the thing about the shield.
So
they have to wait between charges.
That's not the shield. That's the weapon.
That's the weapon itself. Never mind.
Weapon,
they just get through the shield with no issue.
No. There's we see the missiles blow up outside this thing, and then it like sucks up all of the explosion like into it.
You're right. It takes the power of it, right?
But no, the 2-minute interval was for the beam weapon.
Right? Yeah, they need to. I don't know how they figure that out. I guess they just.
And this is where Captain McNo personality decides to trust Linda Hamilton this time.
Yes.
And instead of just charging in, he waits.
Does this movie?
And then we get the destruction of the port.
I think this movie thinks this is a character arc.
Yes.
You know, it's about as much of a character arc as anyone has in this movie.
Exactly.
It's true.
Just, this time he does listen to her because she's like, "Hey man, if you fly in there and get killed, guess what? That's the end of the world. So maybe cool it, asshole." Like, and then
and there's this whole speech about, you know, we have to sacrifice these 20,000 people so that we don't nuke this thing over the continental U.S. and kill millions.
Right. And so it's just like, it's weird that once again the movie, that's a weird stance for a movie to take, those to sacrifice like 20,000 people. That's not a heroic thing by movie standards.
No, and the president was on board with it because he makes a whole speech about the
there's so much speechifying.
Nuke it, forget the fallout, and all this other greater good bullshit about, you know, we're all gonna die, save the rest of the planet.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
So he flies in there, and we got to get this whole action sequence where tentacles inside the ship are grabbing at the helicopter.
They're just prolonging the inevitable.
Well, I love at a certain point when the guy is knocked out of the helicopter and he's hanging on to the landing strut of it, and he's got his pistol out and he's shooting back at the tentacles.
That does anything.
Yeah.
Well, I love the I mean I kind of tuned out some of this movie because it was just so bad. But maybe the only one close to one-liner is he's like, "Rotate us on its axis," and the pilot replies, "Why? So I can kill us before they do?"
Yes, this is it. Because when he gets back up in the helicopter, he grabs his like M60 machine gun, and the guy's spinning the helicopter, and he's just blasting out the side door at these tentacles that are coming at it. And I'm going, I don't even know that.
Bullets.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. That couldn't happen. A helicopter can't. I mean, I guess it could, but it would crash pretty quickly. It really isn't meant to do that. But I just love he's like, yeah, and then they get him in close enough to blast away with that rocket launcher.
Rocket launchers are powerful against, you know, people or maybe like land vehicles.
Yeah, exactly.
Some land vehicles, not all.
Buildings.
Yeah.
A giant, what they describe as a floating city.
Yeah.
maybe a rocket launcher's not enough. Maybe you need something a little bit bigger.
Well, it's
than
very.
that.
This is where I was thinking it's very Star Wars, right? He hits it in just the right spot that it causes some kind of chain reaction as this thing goes up.
As the countdown for the beam weapon hits 1, right?
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
You get this very cliche moment of Maya's over the radio counting him down on how much time he has left.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
he fires
on 1, he fires the rocket.
The last second.
As the beam energy is like amassing.
Right.
And then kind of nothing happens.
No.
And then nothing happened.
Yeah.
At least from everyone's view outside.
Right, yeah, because then the thing's blowing up and he's like, all right, let's get out of here. And I don't understand how this works, because this thing crashes into the ocean. And then it's like beat, then the helicopter flies out. What?
This thing crashes into the ocean, so it's like a big horizontally arranged spaceship, right? And it crashes where it's like ass up in the air, like vertically.
Yeah, it goes down like the Titanic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow, as this thing was crashing, it like rotated around the helicopter for them to continue to fly out the tunnel or port or whatever that they flew in.
That would have looked really cool if they showed that, them flying through a tunnel, rotating around them.
Yeah.
If they had a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If we could afford that. I mean, we can't even do tentacles right, man.
They can't even do explosions right.
Yeah, exactly. So, when this flew out, I was like, wait, what? Because
of course.
The helicopter flies out, and they're like, all right, they made it.
I mean, of course, Blondie McChiseljaw has to survive this thing, right?
He comes out of it. And then they land.
Because they've already loosely established that he is now in a romantic relationship with Maya.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. It was only there because
when they land, he picks her up and spins her around and stuff when they're back. Boy, the back patting and congratulations. He gives a high five to Jamie Kennedy. Just going like, we saved the world.
I mean, I was expecting a fist bump from the president, but I was let down again from this movie.
Did you get a salute, maybe, I think, from the president or something like that? And they're just like, congratulations. You saved the world. And that's kind of it.
That's pretty much it. I think the movie closes on like just a swarm of helicopters flying towards this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, they never called, there's no let's call in the other ships. I mean, the movie can't afford it, obviously.
Well, they do. They keep calling the USS Omaha or Missouri or some other, because they're the one who has the nuke.
Right. That's what it is. That's if we can't make this work, then we have to nuke it, right? Isn't that sort of the thing?
Right.
Even though, once again, when the nuke just hit the force field and...
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened in Independence Day.
Exactly, yeah. That is exactly what happens in Independence Day when they do try to nuke the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just go watch Independence Day.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. And the aliens the individual aliens do have kind of tendril things in it.
True.
So,
yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's better. And they actually
I just wanted a shot of a tentacle in a control room pushing buttons. Steering
that would have been something. Left, right, or a tentacle wrapped around like a control stick flying the thing. That would have been something. The aliens just are tentacles.
And then the propulsion is just a button that it keeps pushing like it's Flappy Bird, just
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that would have made as much sense as anything else in this movie. I don't really think there is a one-liner to be had here, and we already sort of picked the kill of the movie. These monster movies, I will say, have been bad for our normal segments so far. They're not great.
Pretty lame on the one-liner.
Yeah, and not even that great on the killing a lot.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the only one-liners, why? So I can kill us before they do. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
And the very lame suck on this, which has nothing to do with anything. Yeah. So I think, but yeah, I do agree that the best kill is the guy getting vaporized by the force thing eventually. I don't quite know what happened to him there, but He turned into red mist, and so I'll give it to that. This thing
and I was
stinks.
expecting more of those pods when they're being pursued out of
Nope, can't afford them.
No, that never comes back.
No,
at all.
I know this is one of the biggest examples of an action shelf movie of setup with no payoff. There are so many things set off that in no way come back in this movie.
Like, it could have been cool when the big spaceship was out of the water and up in the air, and then a whole swarm of those things start flying out as aerial support for it. Like,
that would be cool.
There are so many just missed opportunities to make this movie enjoyable.
Yeah.
But no, this movie decides we don't want to be enjoyable.
What if we just do the same scene over and over and over and over again?
Yeah,
how about we do that?
I mean, they could have just done one long cut of everybody in the mini sub just rocking back and forth and making funny faces, and then just chopped it up into 3 different segments.
Yeah,
so bad.
I'm assuming that's what they did.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's talk about. Oh well, I do have. We really ripped into this movie, but believe it or not, there are some people out there who maybe have some better things to say about it. So it is always my duty to find the strangest. Well, you guys are really gonna have to help me decipher this because this is pretty poorly written.
Oh boy.
This week's
much like
IMDb
the movie
review. Yeah. Here,
Accurate,
this comes to us from IMDb user Jeff95227, and the review is titled "Edge of My Seat. Not bad, seen better. I have waited for something scary. This is a great movie. Acting is pretty good, enough twists and fright to keep you entertained. Linda Hamilton has captured a ton of respect from me for her on-screen presence. You could complain all day about the small stuff, but so happens the whiners need to be convinced by a movie before they credit it, which is the way they want to believe a movie. Once again, need to be convinced by the movie before they credit it, which is why they say they want to believe a movie they know is fiction. Does that even make sense? I found it pretty good. 10 out of 10 stars.
Oof. Okay. What does that mean?
So,
okay.
There's a very common theme, I feel like, with a lot of viewers of these movies where they're just there for the action, and they have the perfect amount of suspense of disbelief, and that's 100%.
Yes, that's what it is. It's sort of them going well, get off the movie's back. It's fun. That's kind of
it's fun. It's fiction. Just relax and enjoy it.
Yeah. Why are you trying to put any thought to this? Why would you want to look at quality of this? It's sort of this is a sort of thing where it's almost like you fucking fancy pants boys with your opinions and stuff. It's almost like they're specifically coming after this podcast.
It's like there's this thought that science fiction and fantasy movie they can just be as unrealistic as possible and not make any sense, and that is okay.
Yeah, it's I love that where it's it's not supposed to make sense. It's an alien movie, and you're like, well, wait, we just talked about other good alien movies that do make sense and do work on a narrative and emotional level.
And that's part of what makes those movies good is that they can do all these fantastic things, but they have a set of logic that they adhere to.
Yeah. Well, it's
that even then is maybe totally made up and unrealistic, but the fact that they stick to it throughout the entirety of the movie and gives it some cohesion and some believability.
You have to have a grounding in something. There has to be a feeling of some structure. Otherwise, it is just nonsense. And we've seen, between the three of us, how many sci-fi fantasy things have we seen where it's just it's a bunch of shit they thought was cool, but you're like, oh, but you didn't think any of this through. We've talked about this too. You can get bogged down in the world building, but if you do none, then your movie hangs on nothing. It's pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we've seen a lot of that this month on the show.
Especially this month.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that where you're just going wait, what? This is so ill-defined. And this movie, I think, maybe takes the cake of the bunch. I mean, Grizzly, is pretty stupid, but actually in some ways it's more grounded in it's just a crazed grizzly bear.
It's just a big grizzly bear.
I mean, the character work is stupid, but this movie is really like, I can't latch on to anything. No character, no part of the world. Everything that gets established confuses me. Yeah, this movie is complete nonsense. And I think once again, listen, it's another example of like, I don't think we need to go back to Sci-Fi Channel movies again on this show. I think this one covered them.
I think so.
I mean, it would have to be something specific. You know, I mean, we'd have to really want to cover that movie.
We'll probably do another monster month. You know,
yeah. I mean,
it's a whole subgenre.
It's unavoidable, and we also have Spooktober when we do horror movies in October that could come back, and we'll do a sci-fi month at some point too. So, but yeah,
ooh, sci-fi September maybe.
Yeah, that might happen. We are doing a fantasy February coming up. So that's going to be, we're doing a superhero month. We have plenty more theme months coming, folks. Don't worry. We're going to take June off from theme months, but in July, I'll tease it now. We are doing our July Cage match. All Nicolas Cage for the month of July. So
it's my birthday present to myself. I get to watch a bunch of Nicolas Cage.
We do enjoy Nicolas Cage. Not always the movies he's in, but we always enjoy the work of Mr. Cage on this show.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true.
Well, Bruce winning, as we talked about this month, we haven't had much from Bruce because he doesn't really watch these kind of movies. But as always,
even Bruce has too much taste for these kinds of films.
We know he doesn't like sci-fi or horror particularly, although
because the killing isn't very realistic. You know,
he has now discovered the type of horror that has extremely realistic killing, though, that he's taken a real liking to. This week, though, I want to point to, we always talk about stuff Bruce likes. Let's talk about maybe something that disappointed Mr. Winning.
Ooh.
For this segment of The Winning Opinion. So here it is, Bruce Wayne. This is his review of a BBC series called Touching Evil, which is about a police unit in London that hunts down sadistic serial killers. Seems very up Bruce's alley to me. Yeah,
but they're hunting down the serial killers.
Yeah.
It's not... Yeah. It's not celebrating the serial killers.
Right, yeah, that's true. Well, because we did cover his extreme love for the movie American Psycho the other week, so which he seemed to take all the wrong lessons from. He really liked that Patrick Bateman guy.
What a relatable fella.
So here's his review of Touching Evil. He titles it, "I can't bear to watch any more of this. I almost didn't watch the third episode, so seasons 2 and 3 will not be watched by me. I get recommendations from Amazon Prime Video based on what I have reviewed, and you don't seem to understand what I want. I will henceforth take recommendations under much more scrutiny." 2 out of 5 stars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. His beloved Amazon Prime really let him down with this show. And he's really... These are becoming my favorite reviews, are the letters to Amazon itself that he writes when he's just like, you guys don't get what I want to watch, okay? You're not getting it. I don't want to watch this BBC series about. Although once again, when you talk about just the algorithm, I follow why this show would be recommended for him. He likes the grisly killings and stuff. So here is Touching Evil is like one of the darkest, most disturbing of the BBC detective shows. It just seems like that. I mean, if he's loving American Psycho and Nightcrawler and stuff like that, yeah, fucking of course. He loves Luther. I don't know if we've talked about his love of the TV show Luther.
Oh, we haven't. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good show.
It's a good show.
Luther is great, but once again, so like the line from Luther to this makes sense, but I just like that when it gets it wrong, he's like, what are you even doing, Amazon? I've lost all faith in you. Because we have talked about, he does sort of blindly watch whatever's recommended for him. Although I guess he's not going to do that anymore.
I do wish he stated why he didn't like it.
Yeah.
He just said that he didn't.
Yeah.
You know.
He couldn't bear to watch it. He watched a couple episodes and gave up. And he's not watching the later seasons. So
interesting.
But he did.
Well,
go ahead.
I wonder. So it's British.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of gun violence.
This is true.
Probably.
This is true.
So that's probably like a real non-starter for him.
Yeah, it doesn't have his beloved shooting. I like the shooting. And I don't think there'd be a lot of punching or kicking in it either. It's a cerebral, like serial killer profiler kind of show, you know. So,
and it probably if it's recent, it probably has good surround sound though, right?
Yes, yeah.
It's in a good screen format for him.
16:9 and 5.1. He didn't mention those. That's probably fine. Good God, Bruce. Good Lord. Oh, Bruce. We didn't love Bermuda Tentacles, so we're going to fire up our patented action movie title generator and do our best to come up with a better action movie based on the title we get from this. And let's see here. I'm going to randomize this again here. Here it comes. The title. What parameters do we want to put on it, Listman?
Great question. I know that Linda Hamilton needs to be in this.
Yes.
You know,
and it sounds like Jamie Kennedy needs money.
Yeah.
That's true.
Jamie Kennedy does need money. So here comes the title is Inferno of Trouble.
Inferno of Trouble. Okay.
It's an Inferno of Trouble. Is this a volcano movie?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think it's a volcano movie. Of which Linda Hamilton has experience, if anyone remembers the vehicle with her and Pierce Brosnan, Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak, yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
This is maybe a sequel to Dante's Peak or something?
It's called Dante's Peak, Inferno of Trouble.
Inferno of Trouble.
It's happening
now,
again. She still
Jamie
has... Jamie Kennedy
reprise his role as Dr. Zimmer.
Yes, because Pierce,
who's now a volcanologist.
Yeah, because this is straight to video. Pierce Brosnan has passed on this. He passed, so they've brought in Jamie Kennedy to be the volcanologist or the geologist that Pierce Brosnan was the geologist in the first movie, but obviously he's unavailable. So,
but this time they need to destroy the volcano.
Well,
flying a helicopter inside and launching an RPG.
Here's what it is. Linda Hamilton has moved to a new town, and there's a volcano threatening because the previous Dante's Peak was destroyed in that movie, right, by the volcano.
Yeah.
But she got out of there and is now in another town. She still has PTSD from that, so she goes, I know what can happen. We have to stop it from happening this time. We have to destroy the volcano before it destroys our town.
Exactly.
And yes,
the volcano's come back for me.
Yeah.
It's followed me here.
Oh no, not again. You know.
What if she moves to a small town that's nowhere near like a fault line? You know, she's like, I know volcanoes can't be here, but then one starts to emerge.
Like she's in like upstate New York.
Yeah, exactly.
She's in like Maine. She's in like a Jaws kind of town.
Right, exactly.
And yet, for some reason, out of the water rises a volcano.
This time, it's war.
It's just you and me now, volcano. Yes, and only Jamie Kennedy. He's at the forefront of volcano prevention, like eruption prevention. He's the guy who's going, maybe we don't have to have these volcanoes erupt. So they call him in.
Yeah, we need volcanoes, but not too many.
Right.
We need to control the volcano population.
That's his. He's a radical new kind of geologist. Having defeated the Bermuda Tentacles prior.
Right.
I like that he's playing the same character. Linda Hamilton, though, is playing her character from a different movie. So it's all...
it's very confusing, but it's fine.
But so he's that after I studied those Bermuda Tentacles, I've come up with this new way to prevent volcanoes from erupting. So therein lies the fun of Dante's Peak, Inferno of Trouble. And once again, Pierce Brosnan couldn't have passed quicker on it. Absolutely not, I think is what he said.
Can't blame him.
Yeah,
he was filming Mamma Mia 3.
Yeah,
so
please no, I have to go sing more ABBA songs. Yeah.
I would rather be Bond.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We do have a Pierce Brosnan movie coming up that's a pre-Bond Pierce movie, which we're excited about.
Pre-Bond Pierce.
But next week on the show, Listman, oh boy, Gina Carano's back. That's
No.
right.
So sorry.
Yeah, so I guess we're not leaving Monster Mayhem too. No. Yeah. Gina Carano back on the show. This time, though, being paired with Academy Award winner Richard Dreyfuss.
Good Lord.
Who I will say, if you've paid any attention to Mr. Dreyfuss in recent years, is making a lot of Fox News appearances these days. So I think these two get along. He's got a lot of Republican talking points spouting from his 75-year-old mouth now. So, yeah. But still, sad to see the legendary star of Jaws now doing Gina Carano action shelf movies. The movie is titled Daughter of the Wolf. It is not a werewolf movie.
No.
But here, Listman, as always, would you like to hear the tagline for Daughter of the Wolf?
Yeah.
In the wild, only the strong survive. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Daughter of the Wolf.
Sounds like a lot of movies, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot
This
of
one
movies.
this one is not produced by Ben Shapiro and the folks at Daily Wire. But I have
no testicle tanning. Good.
Yeah. So I mean, if it's anything like what was it, In the Blood, we can expect some truly grisly acts of violence in this thing.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So that's Daughter of the Wolf next week. Alex, always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to being back.
I think you're signed up for something also quite terrible in our future. So,
oh, yes. Abraxas?
Yeah, you're going to be doing a Jesse Ventura science fiction vehicle in a few months on the show. So stay tuned for that, everybody. Abraxas, Lord of the Galaxy or something like that. Yeah.
Who cares?
There's going to be a psychological study done on me. It's going to be like Stockholm Syndrome 2.
Yeah. You'll also have to join us because you did Lone Wolf McQuaid. You'll have to join us much later this year for Norris November.
Yes.
A full month of Chuck on the show. So, that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Action Shelf. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Michael Listman.
Until next week, get yourself some action.
The Action Shelf.
The Action Shelf is part of the Panel Up Podcast Network. Remember to follow us on social media. We're at Action Shelf Pod on Instagram and Twitter, and you can email us at actionshelfpod@gmail.com. Of course, you can also support the entire network by heading over to patreon.com/panelup to get cool, exclusive bonus content.